The following video is extremely disturbing. You've been warned.
Yeah, and this geezer's a liar. So, as heavily as he is filtered, he is a liar. Honestly.
So this delightful human being is built like a Twiglet Ben, calls himself Cockney Ben, but shush, he's not a real Cockney, he's from Essex. Now you going about me being filtered. Yeah, I do wear a filter. Covers up a few blemishes. You know what you like to cover up though, Ben? The fact that you're not women about. We'll just cover that up with a filter, shall we? Or the fact that you prey on women, you move in with them, bleed them dry, treat them like shit, and when they fuck you off, you move on to the next one, do the same to her. We'll just cover that up with a filter, shall we, as well? Or the fact that you like to make up rumours and slag people off, and then when they come back at you, you go to the old bill and grass them up. We'll just put a filter on that and cover that up, shall we? Or the fact that you like to con people out of money by pretending you're a spiritualist and giving them readings. We'll just put a filter on that as well, shall we? Fuck me, Ben, there's a lot of filters to your personality. So let's go on to the bullying thing where you say I've been bullying for 2 years. I think you need to stay off that and the old that because he's making you paranoid. Because I've only spoken to you once 2 years ago when you asked me to do a profile review on you, which I didn't do. And then you unfollowed me and I unfollowed you, which is fine. But then a year later, the girl I was with at the time, you sent her an invite to come into your live and then start calling her a fucking slag. Delightful human being you are, aren't you? And calling me out. So then I do a reaction video to you, just laughing at you and calling you a toothpick, and you instantly block me. Because you can only stand up to women, you can't stand up to men, can you, Benny boy? Now I suggest what you do now is you go and get some fucking help, yeah, to get off the old that, yeah? Start being nice at people, stop conning people out of money, because you fucked up now, because I've left you alone for 2 fucking years, but now you've just poked the fucking bear. So carry on with my name in your fucking mouth, and then I'll just fire out some few more home truths about you, son. Take care, bye now. Yeah, to prove that he's autistic, I believe he's doctored and fake. I've also heard that it's his son's diagnosis, because apparently his son is diagnosed with autism, and he's doctored the document from his son's autism. That's another rumour I've heard. Can't confirm or deny that. Yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, he's not autistic. He's basically made out that I've been bullying him for 2 years, and the reason why I've been bullying him is because he's disabled. Now, I've never had a conversation with him. There's not one conversation on the whole of the internet where he can look up on any social media app where I've had a conversation with him, apart from the one time that he messaged me asking me to do a profile review. I said I'll do it. I didn't end up doing it. He followed up a couple of times, said, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? I said, I'm really busy. I ain't got time to do it. And he unfollowed me. That's the only thing that that he can ever produce of any conversations I've ever had with him. Right? And I've heard that he's offered me out on multiple occasions and I'm not turned up because I'm too scared. So when I got them videos, he basically was saying that I'm filtered, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to open up now. I've got all the evidence on him. So I basically done the video stating about how he meets women, he love bombs them, makes them feel all special, says all the right things to them, sucks them in because he's got nowhere to go. So he ends up moving in with them quite quickly. And then that's when it all turns out where he's very manipulative, very controlling, very violent, very coercive. So he manipulates women into his own rhetoric, makes them scared of him. And if they do define him in any way, he's very, very hands-on towards them. Tinks told me today that when he came home from work once, she was doing something in the kitchen, but one of my videos was playing in the background. He went mental at her because he said basically, oh, what, you're using that for your WA and K bank. And he got that angry with her that he clumped her because she was watching one of my videos. She told me that he was very obsessed with me, with Dan Spragg. He's come out and said that he wanted to do sexual things with Dan Spragg's missus, like weird sexual stuff. He's publicly said this, that he was obsessed with doing weird sexual stuff to her. Dan Spragg was very aware of this, so he blocked him, and I think that maybe he contacted the police, I'm not sure. But he's got a very, very obsessive nature with people.
One second, observe it, sir, Ben.
So after he'd done that video, I've done the home truths about him. Within 5 minutes of that video being posted, he'd blocked me again, and I didn't hear anything from him again. So basically, I just said, like, keep my name out your mouth from this point forward, or I'll just do another video saying a lot
of own truths about you. Now, he's not a spiritual healer, for one. Now, Tinks is the spiritualist. He used to sit there and turn around and say to her that she needs help because that's a load of old bollocks. There's no such thing as being a spiritualist. It's just a load of old shit. So for someone that claims to be a spiritual healer, when he was with Tinks, he used to think it's all bollocks. He uses that as a way to manipulate women to make them feel like that he's this nice guy. He's all about, he moves on from one woman to another. So what he'll do, he'll spend 7-8 months with a woman. He'll totally break them down to the point where they're so emotionally and physically drained and so low about themselves. And then when they finally get the courage to walk away or kick him out, then he's on to another one straight away. And then he does the same thing. So the recent one is Jen. She's the one that took him out to Thailand. So she was in a very, very early relationship with him when I first done the video in 2023. So everything that he's had over in Thailand is nothing to do with him. She had a divorce settlement coming through. I believe that she was one of his followers while he was still with another TikToker that was one of my followers. And then she kicked him out and then he instantly went to her. Because when I done the video, a lot of people was mentioning her in the video saying how like her daughters were messaging and stuff, saying like you need to stay away from him, and they was like, oh no, he's really lovely. Why you like he manipulates people into his own rhetoric. So he says like I've not known one person in this planet that has had several relationships in a row where every single one of them were toxic, where it was all their fault. He's very, very good at manipulating and coming over as this nice guy. So he done the same thing to Tinks. Do you know what I mean? He was this nice guy. He was different. He was funny. He was cocky. Do you know what I mean? So he makes it out that he's this amazing person, but then he's got all these fucking issues, and they creep in very, very quickly. So the spiritualist is charging people 45 quid for a spiritual reading. And I'm not being funny, from looking at his TikToks, you can see the videos that he's doing are very, very negative towards every other creator on the app. Now, if you're a spiritualist, you're supposed to have really, really good positive energy. All of his TikToks are very, very negative. So how anyone can think that he's a fucking spiritualist is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? How are they trusting these people? So there's recently been a woman that's one of his followers that she gave him 100 quid and then she paid another 100 quid for 2 readings. Now, she has told him that she is waiting for an inheritance from when her mum has passed away recently. So he has invited her over to Thailand, knowing that she's got money coming. The same as what he done with Jen. He knew that Jen was getting a divorce settlement. He's used all that and sponged off her. I also found out today from one of his old friends that there's potentially a woman in America that has currently got the big C that is terminal, and he's telling everyone that she's leaving him $180,000 in her will. This is what I found out today. Whether that's true or not, or whether it's bullshit, I don't know. But that is very, very concerning, that if he has manipulated someone that lives in America that is terminally ill to leave him her money.
Has he messaged you as well, Eb? What's he said, Ebs? You talk about Ben. Sorry, Daz, 1 second. See what Ebs says.
Ebs is one of my friends.
Saying Andrew. Yeah, no problems, Ebs. Yeah, go on, carry on, Daz. Sorry.
Right, so there's multiple people that he owes for the Colombian. Multiple people in Wickford and up and down the country. He was massively on the packet. So this is what he usually does. He'll get on the packet 2-3 o'clock in the morning. That's when he starts doing videos on people. He's done it to loads of people. I spoke to Johnny Velvet today, and what he does, he done the same thing with me. He's done the same thing with other creators. What he does is that he latches onto you. If he knows that you've got quite an established account of getting views, he'll try and hook onto you to be friendly with you so that he can jump on the clout of that. When it don't go your way, when it don't go his way, and you're not interested, that's when all the hate starts coming out, and then he gets very obsessive with you. So what he'll do video after video after video after video, and then he'll go into your life and he'll try to find out everything in your life. He'll go through all your different social medias. He'll go company's house. He'll find out all your personal details, yeah, and then he'll try and use them against you, right? So any previous court cases you've had, any businesses that you've had, like he's basically turned around and found one of Johnny's businesses and said that he's doing tax fraud because he hasn't paid the taxes for it yet. So he goes through your whole life. He gets very, very obsessive with it to the point where he wants to destroy your life. He's a very, very dangerous human being. Right? So in respect to the voice notes that he was sent, he threatens a lot of women, and he's not only been threatening women by him saying stuff, he's also been threatening women saying that people from his previous life are going to hurt them, right? I have spoken to two of these people that Ben has been saying that are going to go around and hurt these women. I spoke to two of them today, and they were none of the wiser to this. They didn't know anything about it. He's been using their names as threatening behaviour to women, saying that these people are coming round for you. These people are coming round for you. They are going to the police on Wednesday. They've told me today that they're going to the police on Wednesday to go and speak to them and offer any information that they can to help with the case, because I've got nothing to do with it. So that's enough. Huh?
No, they're just asking what's about. It's about Cockney Ben.
Yeah, so basically, I've just been in a call with them for about well over an hour. They are very, very disgusted that not only that they're using their names, but both of their children are autistic, and the way that he's been portraying all these people are bullying him because he's autistic is very, very close to home. He's played on their emotions with it to get them involved. So they are very disgusted, and they're going to fully cooperate with the police. And they've made things very, very aware that they didn't even know who she was up until this point. So never once have they ever said that they want to go and hurt her in any way. Where do you want me to carry on? There's so much stuff. The Alison Hammond thing. Alison Hammond.
Like I said, there's no rush. Just get everything out.
Right. So
however way you want it.
There's so much coming in. There's so much the things that he's done over the years. So I've been around this bloke, not been around him, but I've known of him for 3 years. I've had run-ins with him. The Alison Hammond stuff. He basically was obsessed with Alison Hammond. There's conflicting stories on how if he did actually have any conversations with her. He was posting up screenshots and messages. From what I believe, he was playing on the autistic card again, and there was a segment that ITV's This Morning were apparently supposed to be doing on autism, and he was part of a group chat with this autism awareness thing for ITV's This Morning, right? He was obviously trying to message Alison Hammond off of his own account to her personally. I don't know whether she replied or she didn't. When he didn't go his way again, because he wasn't getting the notoriety of it or the clout off of her, that's when he turned nasty. He turned nasty and started saying all these things that she wanted him to be a male escort. She was gonna take him to all these places, take him to the cinema. She wanted him to stay in the same bed as her. All this. Or from what I know, fabricated, because he makes up all that shit in his mind with every single person that he doesn't gain the clout off. So he's always goes into them and fills everyone up with shit. I know that a legal team got in contact with him. He was made to take the videos down. When all this happened, she was sent the video that I'd done on Ben, and then she followed me and she actually commented on the video. So that was all fabricated, and he took him down. And then he just said that he'd been silenced. But then when he's moved out to Thailand, he's done a podcast out in Thailand. I don't mind saying it's Cockney Ben, the absolute sausage is Cockney Ben. We're talking about him. So when he moved out of Thailand, he was actually asked to go onto a podcast, and then he started all this stuff again about Alison Hammond again. Opened it all up on a podcast, told the story again, filled up with loads of shit, because he knows that because he's out in Thailand now, he thinks he's untouchable. There's no extradition, so they can't go for him out there. he does a lot of videos on creators. As soon as he gets a certain amount of views, if he talks about one creator, then he'll do 10, 15 videos in quick succession on that person because he's dying for the views, dying to be famous. I've never known someone so determined to be famous as that bloke. But he's going to be famous for all the wrong fucking reasons. If he gets one video on him and it blows up, he'll do thousands. Keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. To the point where then people start threatening him. That's when he uses them messages to go and try and fuck with their home life, with their personal life, and their work life. It's a very, very, very big pattern with him. It's been the same over the last 3 years. I've seen it happen to multiple people, and it's always the same way it starts. It starts off friendly. Oh, all right, mate. Yeah. Like, you got big cat. Oh, I understand where you're coming from. Oh, your video's so funny. And then when you don't bring him into your little circle, or you say something negative about him, then like basically he's like you're coming on really too strong, like you're stalking me or anything. He goes wrong, and he'll go in and just try and ruin your life. He'll go all over social media, saying all these things. Obviously, going through your private life, as I previously said. So it's got like an obsession. He obsesses over people very, very quickly. I see a video today. I spoke to Johnny Tapper. Johnny Tapper actually met him yesterday. He'd basically seen all what had been going on TikTok with Johnny Velvet. He jumped on it for a bit of clout, and he was offering Johnny Tapper was offering Ben out, saying, "I know where you live. I know this beach where you go, and all this stuff." Hold on one sec.
Yeah, this Johnny Tapper man he needs to stay away, because at the end of the day, he's causing more problems for people than what he's solving.
Daz, Tinks is asking if you can play the voice notes, please, that you got sent today.
Right, I'll have to. Let me just speak about. I need to transfer it onto the other phone. Give me 1 sec. Let me just say about before I lose my track of where I was going. So Johnny Tapper was basically jumping on a bit of clout. He's heard some of the things, so he's gone like, "I'll meet you and I'll have a tear up with you." Do you know what I mean? Like jumping on a bit of clout. So actually, Ben, because he'd gone to locally where Ben was, Ben's turned up. Right now, Ben's made a very, very big claim on TikTok that he's this hard man, that he can take anyone on. He turned up today with weapons. With weapons, right? So he had a big lump of wood and he had a knuckle duster. Right? This is what he's turned up with. Now, as soon as Johnny Tapper turned up, Ben was very, very aggressive towards him, very, very in his face and aggressive. Coming from East London, I've seen this all my life. It's people like if you are a person that's comfortable with having a scrap and you know you can handle yourself, you're not very yap in people's face.
Yeah.
You'll be the person that will be very, very calm, and then when it gets heated, you deal with your business. That's how you are if you come from a fighting background, right? He was very, very in Johnny Tapper's face straight away to intimidate him so that Johnny Tapper wouldn't do anything.
Trying to make him scared and stuff.
Trying to make him scared. So at one point of the video, because I'm very, very critical when I watch things to see people's mannerisms, right? So when Ben took a step towards Johnny, right? And then Johnny took half a step towards Ben. As soon as Johnny took that half a step towards Ben bounced back and then walked off. Right? So that isn't the person to me that's very, very confident about his ability to have a fight. I feel like that Ben is very, very mouthy, but when it comes to the crunch, he ain't got the coolness to do it. He ain't got the balls to do it. Right? So like, I know that these voice notes out there of him, which I'll have to transfer the voice note over onto another phone so I can play it. I know that he's done the voice note saying about how he's going to go and burn the house down and stuff like that, which I know I can confirm now that I've got a voice note of him saying he'll actually do it, and it was him. Hold on 1 sec.
So apparently he told Tapper to go back to his house or something.
Troy, there is an awareness page that's going round. Abusive Cockney Ben, that one. It's causing a bit of concern because it may be linked to an ex. Just want to make people aware that it
If
is.
that account comes in, just get rid of it, yeah? And any drama in the comments, whoever wants to come in here and try and cause drama and take our mind off this, just get rid of them. Get rid of that account if that comes in. I have got rid of that other account you said, Bevy, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm not a mod, so I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye out for it because it's causing concern. Some of the comments are okay and some aren't. It's just not right.
So it's about Cockney Ben.
Yeah, abusive Cockney Ben.
To my usual please with this. Daz, Bevy, do you mind if Thingy screen records like she normally does, Observer?
Well, 1 sec. I'm just going to play the voice notes, you know.
Hold on
one
one sec,
second.
Daz. Hold on one sec.
What?
Let me just check something with Tinks first.
Give us a second. Observer's in here and she normally helps raise awareness. But obviously we're just making sure that she can do her usual thing on it, that's all. Do you mind, Daz?
No, go on.
Right, 1 second. Let's wait for Bevy to come back. She's a good observer.
Yes, that's absolutely fine, Observer. You carry on.
Go on, Observer, do your thing.
What, you ready?
Right. Yeah, go on.
Don't worry about that. And all that bollocks about... Yeah, I know. There is voice recordings of me everywhere, and it is me. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
You want me to play it again?
Yeah, just replay because Observer might not have got it as well.
Yes, please, Daz.
Are you ready?
Don't worry about that. And all that bollocks about... Yeah, I know. There is voice recordings of me everywhere, and it is me. I don't give a shit about any of that.
So that's it. That's him confirming that that was him sending them.
Sending what?
So don't worry.
Could you on this phone, please?
Yeah, so that's just confirmation because obviously he's been going around and saying that that was an AI, that he wasn't actually him that was saying that. They've used his voice as an AI. That's just confirmation, and that was sent to one of his childhood friends.
You don't put my details on there, have you?
No. It was sent to one of his childhood friends, and I've heard other voice notes of the stuff that he said as well, which it's a little bit personal, so they don't want me to share them. So,
Yeah.
but that's him confirming that everything that he said about Carrie about obviously wanting to unalive him and stuff, that it was actually him.
Yeah, like I said, it's good that it's been confirmed, but I don't think he needed to confirm it was him, did he?
No, but if he's going around saying it was an AI, that it was being fabricated to the narrative to make him look bad. But then I've been saying that from one of his childhood friends, and I've heard all the previous voice notes in context leading up to that as well.
I can't believe you said an AI, Mum.
Yeah, he comes up with so much shit. I don't even think he even I think he believes the stuff that comes out of his mouth, all the stuff that he makes up. Like he convinces himself that this is all reality. But he's a very, very
I've literally got
like these people that have just recently known about Ben, like with these people that meet myself and other people that have been wrapped around this for years and have known about him for years. He's using this whole social media. The way he first come onto social media, right, is that he'd sit there on live and he'd cry and saying that he was so depressed and that he wanted to try and alive himself and all this stuff. And then people would send him money. Women would send him money. Women would buy him food shopping. So then he's seen that as an angle to be able to get money, so that he could go out and fund his habit. Yeah? So this is how it started. So now he's changed his tact where he wants to out all these TikTokers. He's not all about money, but then recently he's got people to subscribe to him. So he does sub-only lives because he knows that the net is falling in, the net is coming in on him. So he's doing sub-only lives now. So he's saying he's making people pay for the privilege to watch it, to comment on live and watch him on live. And then what he's saying is if you subscribe to getting a reading off me, then I'll give you back the subscription fee. So I'll give you a discount on your your reading, which is another manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
But like obviously the recent Mrs. is left him 7 weeks ago. He's saying that she was an absolute nutter. He's been sending threatening messages to her using using the same names of of people in his previous life, his younger years, to threaten Jen now. She's getting the same messages of threats from the same people, which 2 of the people I've spoke to today, and they're oblivious to it. They've never ever sent messages to anyone or even spoke to Ben about doing anything to anyone. But there's a lot of simpy women on this app that don't believe anything that I've said in previous videos. I've had videos that I've posted and they've defended him. And there's been multiple people in there that have, like, said, open your eyes, and for some reason they just really, really blinkered to what he's like.
And this is the problem. This is why so many women get hurt, because he's got
what really worries me, the way that he's using his social media now, because he's single and he's living out there. So Jen bought a Jeep or a truck out in Thailand, and when she left it there. So he sold that. And he's got 5 or 6 grand for it, and he's been paying his rent with that. And then obviously whatever money he's getting off these spiritual readings that he's been doing, manipulating. So his money is going to run out at some point. It's running out at some point. So now he's actively looking for that other cash cow. So what worries me now is that he's going to be having these simpy women that he's going to be inviting over to Thailand, especially like the one woman that he's recently had contact with, that she's told him that she's got an inheritance coming. He's inviting her over to Thailand. She was ready to go. And she's obviously seen the video and seen the live, and now she feels really, really stupid that she got sucked in by him. So she's not going now. So if any good thing that's come out of this is that that's one woman that we haven't got to save from losing all of her money. But this has been happening with so many different women throughout the last 3 years that I know of. There's been multiple women.
Can I join the live, Troy? Yeah, no pros, Nicky, get him.
Can I just say that whoever's Tammy Travels, is he? That he's been saying that he's still speaking to his last survivor. No, he's not. He's not. He's a liar. He's not speaking to any of them. Threatening them maybe, but not speaking to them.
Just get rid of him. Sounds like they're on his side, to be honest with you.
But that's the thing that worries me, is that he's been able to manipulate these women by using this spiritual healing and this autism to make people feel sorry for him, and that he's this lovely, lovely guy, and he's using it. But it always seems to be the same pattern. It's women that feel very, very vulnerable. What's that in Warlock? Women that feel very, very vulnerable, that are in a bad place, and then he gives them. He makes out that he's this perfect human being, and fills them with a sense of like, oh, I've got something I can look up to it, and then he just sponges them and sucks them dry. Like everything that I have come out and said about Ben are backed up with receipts. I've had big social media accounts. I lost my 85k one. I've got a 55k one. Do you know what I mean? I've had millions and millions of views on this app. Do you know what I mean? Like if I've ever come at someone on this app, it's because I've got stone cold facts. Yeah, I will not push anything out on this app unless I know and I've seen receipts for this stuff. Everything I've said is gospel. Yeah, the things that I don't know that are true that I've said that I've heard this, I don't know if it's true, so I can't comment on it and say whether it's true or not. But the stuff that I guarantee, he hits women. Guaranteed that he's got an abuse problem. Yeah, he manipulates women. He's not. I believe he hasn't got autism. Like, if I was to put money on it, I don't think he has, because the way that he's tried to prove it is with fabricated documents. So if you actually got diagnosed with it, you would have confirmed documents that can't be fabricated. He's fabricated them documents. He's come out and said that he can't sit on the toilet. That's been proved wrong. because of his autism. That's been proved wrong. He said that I bullied him for 2 years. There's no evidence of me even speaking to him for 2 years. You know, everything that I've come out with and said is gospel true. He's not a spiritualist. He's turned around and told Tinks that's all crazy shit. No one's a spiritualist. It's all bollocks. She needs head checked. But now he's claiming to be one because he's found an angle.
Just give us a sec, Daz. Do you want to say something, Nikki? Nikki's all right. She's with me.
Yeah, sorry. I'm literally got 2 seconds, but I've been looking into this guy with you, Troy. Obviously, I've spoke to you a little bit. This guy is honestly, I've never said this before. He is worse than Diadro, worse, and I mean that's saying something because that guy is horrendous. But
he's up
this
there with Stephen, but
worse. It's horrendous. The stuff I have seen, the stuff I have looked at, the stuff I have read. I mean, I had a nightmare last night. I've not had a nightmare. I'm 30. I've not had a nightmare in years. And what I read yesterday from this victim was absolutely horrendous. I have never, ever seen anything like it. I thought I was in the worst relationship. And then I read something like that and realized that I had been so lucky not to have been pushed that far. Not only is he mentally abusing her, he was physically abusing her in every worst way possible that you can imagine. And I've honestly, how she has been so brave to come and speak to people and trust them. I don't know if I could have done it. That's one strong
It's taken her a long
lady.
It's taken her a long time to get to that point. It took her nearly 3 years after coming out of that for her to be able to actually go for a lot of therapy and a lot of soul searching to be able to come out on the app and actually stand up for it.
Honestly, she is an
very proud of her.
absolute rock, like an absolute warrior. And when I see women doing this and fighting back, and not just women, because I would like to say there are a lot of men that's coming out and opening up about what they've been through too. But at this precise second on what we're talking about, this lady is unbelievable. She is not going to take this sitting down anymore. And she took the first step, and then she's taken a second. And I just hope that everybody supports her as we go along. If you don't want to speak up, please repost. If you don't want to put it on your platform, just put a nice comment. Anything that you guys do moves it across and gets the awareness out there. You do not have to do anything that you don't want to, but please, anything that you can do to help spread this awareness. I mean, I've done deep diving on Only Tony and Diadro, and this guy is worse than the two of them combined. And them two horrendous monsters, let alone what this beast is.
As I said, the video that I done on him, which is all facts, is on my main page, Does London 37. It's the pinned video. If everyone goes and reposts it and share that out, the more he gets out there, the more people that will see it. The thing that, as I said, the reason why I'm worried is that now he's single and he's got that place out there, he's going to be inviting women over there that are vulnerable, and then he's going to end up doing the same thing to them and then entrapping them in that situation where they feel they can't get away.
Yeah, I've got to bounce off. Sorry, because my little ones woke up. But thank you for letting me come on and speak my
Nice to meet you.
truth. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Nikki.
Bye, guys.
Gonna put it out there. If no one's seen it, the full live's on YouTube on Observer's account. And I tell you something, Crypto's gifting his own account. He's off his fucking head, isn't he? Yeah, go on, Daz.
Yeah, so that's what we need to do now, is to be able to diminish his reach on this social media app, because this is what he's using to pull these vulnerable women in. He's got, at some point, we need to make him so he runs out of money in Thailand, so that he has to come back to the UK, so then he will get picked up, because he's got warrants out for his arrest, that if he feels like he's not going to be able to do anything over, he's got no people that he can lean on out there. He's alone out there. All he's got is his social media app. So no one's going to fund his lifestyle over there because he doesn't know anyone. So we need to close off that, where he's not got this app to use to manipulate women into getting readings, to pay him money, so that he has to come back with his tail between his legs, and then he has to face up by getting arrested and having to face up to what he's been doing. There's no extradition in Thailand.
This is Crypto's account I'm just using it. He's giving me to help these raise awareness because I'm down on yours. So it's Crypto's account, but you might as well give it a follow anyway.
There is a chance of extradition over in Thailand, but it takes a long time for it to go through. They're not very easy with our legal system. They don't comply with it. If it's something major, like obviously unaliving someone or anything like that, then it's more easier to get pushed through quicker. But with something like this, with malicious communication and stuff like that, then they're not even worried. They're not even gonna do that. So we need to close the net on this side. So we totally take away his social media presence. So this is where he's earning his money. He's been able to go on live, tell people that he's this spiritual healer and that he can heal these people. Do you know what I mean? He's got people that are coming back to him regularly. They're paying him for readings constantly. Now, from what I sense that he's doing, now I don't know his gospel, but I feel like that he's speaking to them on the phone or in an inbox to get to know their personality, so then he's telling them what they want to hear. So he's using them by them telling him things that they don't realise they're telling him, and then he's using this to put it into his healing speeches to make them feel like that he's better in their life in some way. He is not giving off any positive fucking energy. You can see by his TikToks the way that he goes in on people and the derogatory comments and the derogatory things he says about people. How can someone claim to be a spiritual healer and then talk about another human being in that way? They don't do it. Spiritual healers don't do that. So basically, he's using this app to manipulate vulnerable women into paying him money to have readings. He's stated on his TikTok that these people come back regularly. They come back regularly and get readings off him all the time at 45 quid a pop. So we need to take that option away where all these women will see what he's doing on this social media app. So then they ain't funding his lifestyle anymore. Because he's alone out there. He's alone out there. He's got no friends on this earth. He's got no friends. All the friends he's got are people on social media. I've spoken to his personal friends today in an hour-long fucking phone call, and they was like if he was over in this country now, we'd be turning up at his door. We'd be taking his hinges off because of what he's been doing and what he's been manipulating. He's lucky he's not over here because he would be getting ironed out tonight.
Yeah. I've been told that myself, and there's a hell of a lot of people that want his head. Yeah. Just 1 second. If Tinks wants to get in as well now, she can if she's ready.
I know of 6 or 7 people that have done videos on him on this app. 6 or 7 people that have basically come out and said, like, come and meet me. He won't meet anyone. He ain't got the minerals. He's not got the minerals. Like, when he called me out and he's giving it all the big one to me, like, as soon as I've done a video on him, he blocked me. He ain't got the minerals to call me out. You know, so I think, like, and what's really, really worrying is that if he's going around and saying that this woman out in America that is terminally ill from the big C is leaving money in her will to him, then there's, like, if that's true,
you need to find out who this woman is.
Yeah.
Which woman?
So he basically, when I was in a phone call with Max and that earlier, Max said to me, he was either Max or Adam. He said to me that he told them that there was a woman out in America that was terminally ill from cancer, and she had put him in her will and was leaving him $180,000, and her family knew about it.
Oh, fabulous.
So with the amount of bullshit that Ben comes out with and what he actually believes in, what he's saying, maybe it's that, and it's just bollocks to make himself look good or feel good. Don't know, but there's a possible chance that this is true.
We need to find out who it is then.
Even one of the family members.
Yeah. Well, I'm not being funny. If you was a family member of that woman and you got told that she was going to leave this random man off the internet $180,000, I'd be going straight to a lawyer and going, well, I'm stopping this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, it's a fucked up situation. It's good that he's coming out now, because I've tried doing it before, but then obviously I'm not going to spend half of my days fucking doing lives and all about an irrelevant fucking someone that's built like a fucking toothpick. He's irrelevant to me. He come for me, I done a video on him, and he dropped off into the ether. Come back 7 months later, ruined him again. and then he fucked off, so he left me alone. Do you know what I mean? He don't want that smoke. So, like, I've been quite lucky that he's got ironed out. Do you know what I mean? And he's fucked off again. I've been quite lucky, but it seems like that he's ramped it up lately, where he's going in on people and he's going at them and at them and at them and at them.
Yeah, there's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos all at once about the same person.
It's madness. Apparently, so when I spoke to Johnny Velvet today, apparently he's going to be suing Ben after he's dealt with all the other court case he's got with that other TikToker out in what's his name? Can't remember his name. The other one, Tom Birchie. He said he's suing Ben for defamation, so he's getting his lawyers to drop a thing for that. So, like, he's not getting away with it. He's not getting away with it, but he's been so toxic on this app for a long time now, and it's good. I felt like it wouldn't have been as impactful if it wasn't Tinks coming out and doing it. I feel that because Tinks has had the courage now to be able to come out and do it, that it's gonna, and because she's got all the receipts, you know, she can tell firsthand of everything what's happened. Yeah. It's more impactful. So I feel like that she was the actual one that needed to do this and for it to actually be seen.
She is going to get in a minute when she's ready.
I'm so proud of her that she's got to this point. So I've known Tinks a long time and she's absolutely lovely. And she's been through so much, the poor woman. And she's so fucking strong to come through all that and still be fucking breathing. You know, so...
She is amazingly strong, that woman.
So for her to be able to...
To a lot of people, especially me, and me, and a lot of other people, she is amazingly strong.
It's unfortunate that Jen's getting ill now.
Like when she first came in, she was terrified, but now she's more confident. She's coming forward with more. Fair play to her. It might still scare her in that, but she said she still wants to do it. I'm not once forced to get in the box. She's come to me at first, and even today, so if she doesn't want to do it, she don't have to do it. Do you know what I mean? If she's scared, she went, "No, I want to do it." So.
Yeah, but she'll get there. This is just another step for her to be able to fully heal. You know, listen. I see a thing with Ben that what he does is that when he does get called out, he disappears for about 3 weeks to a month, and then he comes back and he lets it all die down. And then he comes back and acts like nothing's happened, and then goes around telling everyone that it's everyone else's fault. It's nothing to do with him. You know, he says that he's been in violent relationships where he's had domestic violence towards him. I've seen the bruises of women that he's done this to. Like, I've seen them first.
Myself.
You know, I've seen pictures of this. So, you know, like there is certain things that you could look at and go like, oh yeah, maybe like it's one word from one person, one word from another person. Do you know what I mean? They've had a toxic relationship. It could be tit for tat. Do you know what I mean? I have seen a lot of things from a lot of different women and heard a lot of things. I've had fucking messages sent to me. I've heard voice notes. I've had pictures sent to me. This is a regular occurrence with every woman. The woman that sent the live to my ex for her to go in there and get absolutely abused by him, when she kicked him out, she actually messaged me on one of my other accounts saying, I just want to apologise. He sucked me in. He told me all this stuff. He made me believe all this stuff. He was very manipulative. And then I finally see what he was like. I've supported him, spent all my money on him. He never spent a penny. But then I've realised what he's like and I've kicked him out. So I just want to apologise. So I said to her, why are you apologising to me? You put her in that position for her to get ruined. You go and apologise to her. And then she went, oh, well, I was only messaging to apologise, and then just blocked me. Do you know what I mean? So everyone sees him for what he is after a certain point, but they have to go through all of the shit.
Yeah.
And every single woman that's come away from that man has been at their lowest point in their life and they've had to build their lives back up. Because they was vulnerable when they met him, but then they've been totally destroyed when they've left him.
Yeah. The problem is, he's not one of them that just dives straight in as well. He gets in the red and he leaves it for it. Doesn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
It don't care if it takes 3, 4, 5 months. As long as he gets in there red, that's when he starts manipulation, stuff like that.
And when they ever speak out about him, that's when he starts with the threats, and he threatens them with people from his previous life who they know in their previous life, like when they was younger, they used to be a bit tasty. So he uses them to basically threaten, say they're going to come through your door, they're going to do this, going to do that, to manipulate the situation for them to keep their mouth closed and not do anything on social media.
No, I don't have Instagram.
But then I can confirm from today, I've spoken to the people that he's using their names against these women to say that if you don't stop talking about me, they're going to come and do ya. I've spoken to the people today and they're oblivious to anything that's been said. They've not ever spoken to him about doing any of this, and they wouldn't even do it if they asked them to. So they've categorically said that is a total fabrication. We've not even spoke. We didn't even know who you were up to this point. So we're definitely not going to come through your door. And I've heard that from the horse's mouth, and they are going to the police to offer any assistance because they are very, 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 very upset that their names are being used in this kind of way.
Yeah. He's fucking crazy, this guy, man. I'm telling you, his plan pot's gone, man.
It's very worrying. It's very worrying that he's got these thoughts in his head. Like, from what I know of him, I don't think he's got the minerals to actually like act on it. But like, I could be wrong. But for him to even have them thoughts in his head is very dangerous. You know, to say that it excites him thinking about that stuff, that is not normal.
Yeah.
And he needs to be fucking sectioned if he's thinking that shit.
Yeah. It should have been sectioned after. Even them voice recordings that Tink's played, he shouldn't even have any support even after them.
Definitely, he's not wired up right. And Emma's the one that talked me out of going. Emma's the one that talked me out of going to iron him out, because she told me that he grasses up and he'll start messaging my work and shit. He'll find out where I work and start messaging work to get me sacked and all that. Like, she was the one who told me. So that's when I just done the video mugging him off. But she actually told me what he was like. But he's an absolute melt. He won't stand up to a man. He'll batter women. He won't stand up to a man because he ain't got the minerals.
See, what I don't get is I've seen the TikToks that he posts as well, and they're bad, and they never get taken down.
No. But the thing is with Ben, right now, if he says that he wants to out all these people for being begs on Yap and all that, all right, and he'll go in and he'll start going in on all these people. Now, I have had things on my TikTok over my various accounts, right, where I've called people out, right, for being a certain way, for knocking women about or whatever, right. I've done that. Never once have I closed my comments off. No one can comment on any of his posts, right? Because he knows that if he outs someone, then they can come back and comment on his post. He don't want that, so he says the reason why he has his comments off because he doesn't want trolls commenting on his posts, right, or anything like that. He's closed them off because he don't want to. He thinks because he's got fucked off to Thailand, he's untouchable now. He don't think that he's going to upset someone that's going to get a flight out there and go and iron him out. Do you know what I mean? Someone that's got the means to be able to jump on a flight straight away and go out to Thailand. No one's untouchable.
Yeah, you're telling me nobody is.
I've
heard it so many times on this out. I've heard it with Brummy and a few other people, and they've broke. All it takes is just to keep going at them and picking at them, and they can't handle it anymore, and they break, and they either leave the app or take a break off it.
Yeah.
They lose
gives it all the Billy Big Bollocks, but then keeps his comments off. Like, no one can comment unless you're friends with him, so you can't even comment. Do you know what I mean? So that just goes to show to me that he's just a proper sausage that's just all hot air, wants to give it all out, and then he wants people in his comments that are friends with him going, "Oh, Ben, you're so funny. Oh, you're so right. You're so funny," to give him like a sense of that he's this fucking messiah. He wants all the nice comments, so then he can go, oh, they're being nice to me, and then what he does is he picks their comments and responds to them and goes, oh, you've been my follower for ages. I speak to you on the phone all the time. These women that he speaks to on the phone all the time need to know what is going on here. They need to know all this stuff about him, so then they cut him off because these are the ones that are funding his fucking lifestyle.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are paying for these fucking readings that he's not even a fucking spiritualist.
He doesn't deserve a fucking fiver. He doesn't deserve a pound. He doesn't deserve anything. He deserves to be on the streets with the way he is. He spoke to me. Did you say, were you searching? He's just a cunt, innit? Tink said she'll be in 5 minutes on a backup.
Yeah, it's a massive melt. As I said, like I've had fucking on and off 3 years of this fucking melt.
I will be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, like, I've just been one of the lucky ones where, do you know what I mean? I can ruin him with words. Do you know what I mean? And he'll once he does do a video on me, I'll just absolutely destroy him over the app, and then he fucks off. Do you know what I mean? He blocks me, and I don't hear from him for another 7-8 months. Do you know what I mean? So I've been quite lucky in that respect. But these people on this app that he's just absolutely gone for.
Yeah.
And he's relentless. He's relentless. Like Tink's telling me today that like she was watching one of my videos when he come in from work, and he's clumped her because he's watching one of my videos. Like, what the fuck? You know what, Carrie? Here's Carrie. Carrie's another one that's had all this shit. So Jolene come into my life today, and she had the same shit with him. I think I've got about 7 or 8 women on my account that have come to me and said that like I've had the same shit with him. Yeah, and it's always.
Why have I got a different picture on?
You are.
Why have I got a different picture on?
I don't know, but what are you searching for?
Well, I was searching for missing people when I actually made the name, so I've got to wait now to change it. But what I was going to say is I come across him a bit ago, but I sort of knew he was a con because I've done I was a bit ago attending spiritualist church and everything. So I knew what he was saying wasn't correct. So I stopped following him. But when like you were saying, he turned the comments off, they were on when I went on. So I started sussing him. That's why I knew he was he was in Thailand. But he didn't want, when I said, oh, whereabouts here in Thailand, he was very dodgy about it. He didn't want to tell me, because I know people in Thailand as well.
Well, the reason why Johnny Tapper knew is because Johnny Tapper was he was staying in the same sort of area, so you recognise the places where he went. So that's why Johnny, obviously, he ended up going to meet, Ben went to go meet Johnny Tapper because he was basically out in all the areas where he knows that Ben goes, and Ben was worried that he was going to out his address. So I think that's the reason why Ben turned up, to try and calm this situation down so that Johnny Tapper didn't leak his address. Because if his address was leaked in Thailand, then all the people that he's been absolutely trolling all over the app could potentially know where he is. And that's what he's really, really scared of. He feels like he thinks because he's out in Thailand now that he's untouchable and no one can find him. No one knows where he is.
He isn't when you've got people you know living there, is he? Yeah. So, but also when you came out with this about him, basically I'm not scared of anybody. Do you know what I mean? So when all this come out, I thought, right, I was annoyed. So I messaged him and I basically said, oh, you know, why don't you talk to me? You know, what you've been doing and all this lot. I said, you know, you can't frighten me. And I never got a message back. So basically, it's not as hard as all that. So I said, you'll talk to people because you're in Thailand, but I said, face to face, you wouldn't come here and talk to anybody. You're safe behind a screen, aren't you? That sort of thing. I can't remember my exact words, but that was the sort of thing I said. Do you know what I mean? That you're all right behind the screen and all that. But, and I was thinking I might get a message back, but I never got one.
Well, there's been multiple people that when they've gone into his lives, it's always women. If they go into his lives and they say anything negative, then what he does, he'll make it a point of him trying to destroy that person. So, the lady's live I was in earlier, I can't remember her name, I think it's Debbie. She actually contacted me about 7 months ago, and she'd gone into his live, and she'd said something, and then he'd basically looked at her profile, started sending all abusive messages saying you need to look after your kids and all that lot. What are you doing up at 1 o'clock watching me on live and all this stuff? Now her kids are grown, do you know what I mean? They're all adults, so he was basically saying that he was going to contact the social services, get her kids taken off her and all this stuff. Someone had sent her my video that I'd done, and then she contacted me and asked if she could call me, and I had like a conversation with her for about an hour. But he's constantly he's doing posts about her still now, saying that he's a stalker. She stalks him all over the app and all this stuff.
The thing is, it's all mouth.
Anyone that's got anything negative to say about him, it's always that they are stalking him.
Well, it can message me, I don't care, because he's all that way away. And if he's got a pick on women, what is he? Do you know what I mean? He's nothing. I mean, he's behind the screen. He'd never actually do anything anyway. And because if he did, after he said all that, he's going to be the first one the police are going to target after family. You know, they're going to go for him. So
to the comment in the chat about he robbed his own son. So the story of that is that he was working for a company, and the boss of the company said something derogatory to Ben's son who had autism. So he sued his boss, and he got £12,000 from suing him. And then when he got the money, he fucked off with the money and left his kid and missus and went off with the money.
Oh,
and that has been confirmed by his ex. So when the money came through, he just took it and left.
yeah, he'll do that with money, but I wouldn't be frightened of him in any other way. I don't think he'll actually do anything to hurt anyone, because that's proper evidence, that, isn't it? Especially when he's been threatening people.
It's not like people who suffer with stuff like mental health and stuff, anxiety, and he gets in their head, and then that's when you're scared of him.
The thing is, Troy, mental health problems are all different. You can't sort of generalise it on that. 1 in 4 women suffer from mental health problems, and 1 in 8 men do. Do you know what I mean? I know a little bit about mental health. Anxiety
and stuff. There's still people healing from that because he scared them so much. Even though you're saying that might not do anything, it's what he's saying. It's how they feel about it.
Can I also just say about that he wouldn't hurt anyone? As a victim myself who has met him, I don't think that's the right thing to say, because there are people that have been physically hurt by him, and there are people, and there are people that are dealing with the mental abuse, which is just as bad as being physically hurt.
Sometimes it's worse.
Exactly. So I don't think saying about you don't think he's going to do anything is the right way to go about it. I'm not having a go at you. It's just I've been attacked.
No, I'm always open to criticism. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
As I've been a victim myself.
You are correct.
As I've been a victim myself for the last 4 years, I've had social services contacted by himself for my children. I've had my workplace contacted by him to try and get rid of my job. So I've had a lot of abuse. I know people that have been hurt physically as well. So I just think just be a little bit careful on that you don't think he's going to do anything, because there are people that have had that effect.
Oh, I'm sorry you've gone through that. I didn't know. I thought it was just him threatening women with messages and that. I didn't know the full facts. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people that don't know about it.
Went through that.
Yeah, I just think some people just need to just be a bit careful about how they word things a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. I didn't understand that.
No, it's fine.
Actually done that. I mean, because what I've heard, it was just a lot of sort of him threatening people. So I understand about anxiety. I suffer from anxiety myself. Mine's gone to the stage now, though, that I'm not really bothered about myself anymore. Mine's gone to that bad of a stage.
Country girl Jolene that's in the chat, she's had firsthand the abuse that we sent her as well. So this is not just like a random one-off thing that he's done it to one or two women over the space of many years. This is so many women in the space of 3 years that I have known of. There's been multiple women, like well into the dozen of women, possibly double that he's done this to. You know, not 12, 14, 16, 18 women can't be rude. One person.
Yes, she is.
It can't just be like, oh, all these women have got a vindictive side against one person. This is all similar, exactly the same stuff that's happening to multiple women.
And also, can I just quickly say as well, when he couldn't get through to me and try and attack me personally, he had my 12-year-old son mobile number, and he was trying to get to him and to make him believe that I was a bad person.
Wow.
Oh, no.
So he does things many different ways.
Oh, I didn't realise. Oh, that's awful to do that to you.
There's no limits. There's low limits to how low he will go to hurt you mentally and physically.
Oh God.
Sorry guys, I just want to say as well, I have not been through what Carrie-Anne and Tinks have been through at all. I just experienced him like online.
Yeah.
And you know, when he literally just said, I need my kids taken off me, and he's just vile. You know, saying I need my kids taken off me. It's like I said, sorry, Carrie-Anne and Tinks, I haven't been through what you went through with him, but just my experience with him was vile. And
can I just reply to the comments just quickly about how he got my son's number? So when we were talking, it was my son's birthday, and my son don't have his dad around due to DV from myself, not from myself, but previously. And he tried to make a bond with my son, promising he was going to like have bonding time with him as a male, and he wished him happy birthday once. That's how he got my son's number. And then after that, it was just, yeah. But I just wanted to reply to the comments because, yeah.
Oh.
He is just vile.
I'd just like to clarify that if any woman has come in contact with him and he said that he wanted to build a relationship with his son, he's using that as an angle to get into you because he stole off his own son and he used his autism diagnosis and doctored it to make out he's his own. So if he doesn't even want to be a father figure to his own children, then you're very, very mistaken if you think he's going to be a father figure to yours.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful as well, because it happens the other way around. They get to you to get to your children.
But then when he comes up against a strong woman, it's totally different. He's very, very intimidated with a strong woman. If he knows you're vulnerable and he knows the things that he can say can hurt you, then he'll feed off that. But if he comes up against a strong woman, like Emma in the comments, like she takes no shit, then he's totally different.
Tinks?
Yeah, a bit like me. I didn't take any shit. I don't give a fuck.
That's when he goes down the route as though they're my stalker, they're stalking me, they're making up all these rumours about me. He won't go in as much as what he does with vulnerable women because he's very, very scared of people speaking out about him. So what he'll do, he'll try and threaten you in a way to keep you from opening your mouth. He'll make these empty threats saying, oh, this person's coming for you, this person's coming for you. I'll make sure your life's hell, because then he wants to shut them up so they don't come out on social media and say anything bad about him. They'll just keep quiet and not say anything. Go on.
That might be why he's not messaging me back then.
Observer wants to know how you knew him.
So I come in contact with him. So when I had an old account, I'd done profile reviews and it blew up. My account blew up really big. And because obviously my account was blowing up really quick, he wanted me to do a profile review on his profile so he could gain the account off it. I said I'd do it, but in the space of 2 days, I had like 1,000 people requesting for me to do it. So I didn't get through to do it. He messaged me a couple of times saying, are you going to do that with you? And I said, look, I'm really busy, I've got loads to do. When I get to you, I'll do you. And then I did do it. He ended up unfollowing me. About 6 months later, my ex got sent, the girl I was with at the time got sent his live. She'd gone in there, oblivious, didn't even know him, gone in there, and he's basically gone, oh, here's Daz London's SLAG of a girlfriend, dirty or all this stuff. Get out of my fucking live. He's a pussy. I've organised to meet him, and he's too pussy to turn up to have a fight with me. I was gonna end him and all this stuff. So I basically done a video just mugging him off. Then he blocked me. Nothing from him. 7 months later, I woke up in the morning. He's obviously been on the packet, had a drink, started getting a bit brave, started stitching my videos, saying that I've been bullying him for 2 years, that I was full of filters. I've been bullying him for 2 years, that he's autistic, and I've been bullying disabled people. I need to be stopped. He put up a picture of an autism diagnosis, which I had screenshotted, zoomed in. This was in February of 2023. I looked in and he had, on the top right hand corner, it had the NHS fax number. Now I knew the faxes had been discontinued, so I googled it and it came up that NHS stopped using fax machines in April 2000. 2020, was it 2000? Yeah, I think 2020, April 2020. So I knew that wasn't a recent diagnosis, because he said that he'd had that diagnosis 3 weeks ago. So unless he'd been back to the future like Michael J. Fox and picked it up for 3 years ago, it would not have had a fax number on it. So I later found out that was potentially a doctor document from his son's autism diagnosis. There's been multiple people that I've spoken to where he's done videos about his autism and the things that he has to go through with his autism. And I've spoken to people that have been in relationship with him and they said they never done that when he was with me. So it's a very, very big fabrication. I feel like...
Daz, sorry to interrupt. Obviously Tinks is on you. Would she like her say?
Yeah, she'll unmute when she's ready. So he basically was trying to start on the app that I was bullying autistic people and disabled people and I need to be stopped. So I've done a reaction video to it. So what with him is he'll do a video when he's off his nut. He'll do videos when he was off his nut, and then when he wakes up in the morning after I come down, he will delete them. So I made sure that I saved video, and then I actually put a video up myself where it wasn't stitching on his video or anything. Done the video on him basically spouting out home truths about him beating women, about him being on a packet, about him manipulating people, pretending to be a spiritual healer, all this stuff. The videos pinned, I've just repinned it on my main page, Daz London 37. So if anyone wants to go over and look at some of the things that he's done that are facts, there's evidence to prove everything that he's done that I've stated in that video. Repost it, share it out so it gets out there again. So the more people that see all this stuff. If you can't remember my profile, if you look on the bio of this account, my main page is in the bio. It's Daz London 37. It's the recently pinned video. So go and share it out there and you just get to know a bit more about him.